Good afternoon from the walk up to Busch Gardens. Funny thing that happened with both SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. During the pandemic, they were closed, and then everybody that had a pass got their pass upgraded. And a lot of those upgraded passes included preferred parking. So, when I first got here, I saw the general parking and I was like, oh, there's not that many people here. Then I pulled up to preferred and I realized there are a lot of people here. The entire, oh, I just got soaked. The entire preferred parking lot is full. I shouldn't have been standing next to that puddle. So the entire preferred parking lot is full, and I don't think that they were anticipating that. They were just like handing out preferred passes to go park in the preferred parking lot, but there's nowhere to park in the preferred parking lot. Also, the general parking is pretty far away, and they do have a tram that will take you to the front gate, but there's nobody there regulating social distancing and stuff like that, so I felt safer walking rather than maybe having somebody sit next to me on the tram not 6 feet away from me, or maybe not skipping a row, stuff like that. So we're headed to Busch Gardens today. This is interesting. It kind of looks like the tram drops you off over there and then you have to walk all the way back here to go through the temperature screening. Also, it is like maybe an hour later than when I got to SeaWorld yesterday. It's about 12:30 now. And I got to SeaWorld about 11:30, and there are way less people waiting in line here at Busch Gardens than there were at SeaWorld. But this is the same process, getting our temperature checked. Their social distance markings are not as bright and easily seen, just kind of like little green dots on the ground. Still have the hand sanitizer stations though. So for the most part, the temperature screening was the same as at SeaWorld. It just happened so fast and there were people trying to get in, and I was trying to stay distant from people, so I didn't film it. But it was interesting because it was less organized than SeaWorld. Like SeaWorld, there were different lines and you had to go in these different lines. This one, it was just kind of like, go to table 2, go to table 3, go to table 4. But they were like, just tables set up in there. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be the way that it is here at Busch Gardens. A little bit more willy-nilly. We'll keep you guys posted. Now that we've made it up to bag check, the social distancing markings are a little bit easier to see here and more self-explanatory rather than just green dots on the ground. All right, we are now inside of Busch Gardens, and one thing that's great about Busch Gardens, it is massive. Busch Gardens is so big that it is very easy to stay physically distant from people. Here's just an example. Like, we just walked in, and where are we? We're just walking in down here. This is the entire place. I think we might ride a roller coaster or two today. So I don't know if I explained this yesterday, but the only rides that I feel comfortable riding currently are outdoor rides with outdoor queues. So those are the only rides that I'll be riding at the moment. Like yesterday we rode Mako, outdoor queue, outdoor ride. We are still waiting for Iron Gwazi to open. We know that it is complete. They were doing testing on it. They tested with water dummies, and the engineers rode it right before shutdown. It certainly is a massive roller coaster, isn't it? Wow. Oh, I just realized they took down the majority of the construction walls. So that's why it's a lot easier to see all of Iron Gwazi right now. Wow. Super impressive. Well, it looks like there's still a ladder up in the queue here, so maybe they're just putting the finishing touches on. Not quite ready for people to come through the queue and everything, but there it is. Iron Gwazi. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait to go through this turn over here. Look at that thing. You practically go upside down. I mean, it kind of looks like you do go upside down. Just wanted to give you guys an idea of crowd level. Like I said, this is a massive park. There could be 15,000 people here and we would never know. I'm sure there aren't 15,000 people here, but it's a big park. Lots of room to spread out. Now, I don't know if this is down just because it's down or if it's down because of COVID-19, but some of the carnival games are not running right now. But I should point out that some of them do look like they could run. So like this 3-point shootout does have a hand sanitizing station out front of it, but they're not running it right now. You could win a Nintendo Switch? Wow. See, this is something that I was looking for at both SeaWorld and Universal that I never saw. I'm not saying that they don't have them, but I just never saw them. Hand washing stations. Got a spot for some Purell and one of these hand washing foot pump stations here where you get some running water when you put your foot on the little pump down here. Soap and paper towels. Keeping everybody clean and sanitary. Ah, okay, so Busch Gardens also has a face covering relaxation zone where you can go back and relax. It's way back there. Relax without any face coverings on. So you can take your mask off get some fresh air, and kind of sit. This one doesn't look as enjoyable back here because it's kind of out in the sun. Yeah. Not as fun. I don't think you go inside of there. That wouldn't make any sense to have it indoors, right? Definitely not inside of that building. That's all set up for like a convention or something, like a dinner party. So not inside of there, just outside here. It seems like some of the stores are not open. So like Excursions doesn't seem to be open right now. It's hard to see inside of there because of my reflection, but it was like they sold, I don't know, there's a shirt here that says bubbly personality, like a wine for food and wine festival, like a wine towel down there, things like that, like kitschy type stuff. Not just a typical Busch Gardens gift store. The Coke canopy was not open the last time that I was here. It looks nice. Still not open, but I mean, we couldn't see it even the last time that I was here. Maybe it'll be open on the weekends. I don't know what it is. It's just kind of like Coke themed stuff. A little stage up there. Kind of like some bars where I guess you get Coca-Colas. Maybe some Coca-Cola themed cocktails. I'm assuming they are going to use it because there is a hand washing station over there in the grass. Still have some booths up from the Food and Wine Festival. At least I'm trying to remember back. I think that's the last festival that we came to. Put a link in the description down below to the last food festival that we came to at Busch Gardens. I think it was Food and Wine Festival. Got some more green dots for physical distancing markings while you're looking at the flamingos. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, and then there's a little sign here that says, practice safe distancing, 6 feet apart. I mean, but we don't have to worry about it because there isn't anybody looking at the flamingos right now. I did just check. It was Busch Gardens Food and Wine Festival. We're in the Sesame Street area right now. Still not very many people here. Oh, I did also want to mention that I did bring the third mask from yesterday that I didn't try on the roller coaster to try on a roller coaster today. All right, SheiKra is getting ready to drop, and we'll see how distant people are on the ride. Kind of hard to see here. It'll be coming through here in just a second. All right, here it comes. Let's see if we can see on this drop right here. So it's too backlit. Let's see here. Okay, seems like they're fitting a lot of people in on that train. I am still seeing a lot of cleaning going on around the park, which is good. I'll have to see what the wait time is here. People are distant, like different groups are distant from others. You can see that back row has a lot of people in that group. But they are maintaining physical distancing on the ride. Oh, they have shirts on that say Busch Gardens Sanitation Squad. I like that. All right, now this ride is a little bit different than Mako, but we are gonna get on SheiKra and see how we do. I'm gonna try on the different masks. So this mask that I'm trying was just from Amazon. It's a dual layered cotton mask. It does have a metal piece that goes across the bridge. Breathes a little bit easier than this bandana, than this neck gaiter does, because the neck gaiter has the filter. It doesn't breathe as easy as those paper masks that I have. This was about $35 for a pack of 4 on Amazon. Not bad. It still does pull on my ears just as much as the paper mask does. I have a feeling it'll stay on my face just the same as the paper mask did when we go on SheiKra. So let's go. They said it was a 15-20 minute wait. It is now 1:15. We'll see what time we get on. Ah, the line for SheiKra has both the green dots and the lines on the ground saying, please wait here to remain 6 feet between you and the party ahead of you. So right now we're just waiting on them to sanitize both trains. They're only running 2 trains right now. So what they're doing is they're spraying them down and then they're running them empty. I don't know how often they're doing them, but they were doing this in SeaWorld yesterday. So they're spraying them down, then wiping them down, then running them empty. So that's what we're waiting on right now. Okay, so they just made an announcement. They do this every hour. They sanitize both trains and run them empty to let them sanitizer do its work. This is gonna be nice because I get the whole row to myself with this one other person. So, and I think we're going on right now. So with the cleaning, it was about a 25-minute wait. Right, here we go. Fabric mask, 2-layer cotton, wrapping around my ears. We'll see how it stays on. It feels pretty secure, so I don't think I'm gonna have any issues with it. Here we go. Oh, maybe they're running 4 trains because there's a train ahead of us. Interesting. Yeah, you can see that train over there. And then how many are behind us? I think 2 more just pulled into the station. So 4 trains. There is an inversion, so this is a little bit different than Mako. but it'll be a good test for this mask, I should say. Oh, and we'll get a good view of Iron Gwazi too. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the train to see Iron Gwazi, but I don't know. Can you guys see it over there? It's all done. It seems like Tigress is not running. I haven't seen it go since I've been here. Tell you what, this is a lot nicer than riding in the rain yesterday. You guys remember when we took a tour of this roller coaster and we stood up on top of this? It was a good time. We'll put a link to that video in the description down below. All right. Ooh. There we go. Let's see how this mask does. You guys want to view out front real quick? All right. Here we go. Slowly. There we go. Whoa! 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 Okay. I guess that's not really upside down, is it? Whee! Oh! Oh, G-forces. Oh, G-forces. All right. Oh, no, yeah, Tigress is running. Oh, there's a pole right here. Whee! So I'll go ahead and say it. I don't see any issues with this mask. It is kind of moving down a little bit as I talk. But other than that, so my ranking would be the paper mask works the best. This mask works second best. This gator worked the worst on roller coasters, but I prefer it just walking around the parks because I feel safest in it because it has the filter and everything in it. You could probably put a filter inside of this one, but I don't think you could put one inside of the paper mask. So we did it. This mask worked really good. All right, back into the neck gator style mask, because like I said, this is the one that I feel most comfortable with. But yeah, that one wasn't bad. It was while I was talking that it felt like it was coming down. I think the G-forces and my talking combined kind of like forced it to come down off my nose a little bit, but it didn't fall off completely like the neck gator did yesterday on Mako. So the paper mask stayed on the best. The cotton mask stayed on pretty good. The gators fell right back down, or fell right down. So if you're coming to the theme parks, I do highly suggest those paper surgical masks. Those are lightweight, disposable, and very comfortable. Like bring 3 or 4 of them and, you know, keep them in a plastic bag in your pocket and use those. Heading into Jungala, and the last time we were here, there was a baby orangutan that we saw. I wonder how old that orangutan is now. Also, check this out. There's some signage for physical distancing that uses an orangutan as the distance, a 6-foot wingspan or reach of an orangutan. That is the space that you're supposed to keep away from the people ahead of you. So it is interesting. I did just see a team member tell somebody to put their mask back on, but there's just not as many team members around. Like that was just one guy walking by that was like, oh, you need to put that mask on. And the guy put it on, but there's just not team members walking everywhere telling people to put their masks back on. But I am seeing just as many people here as I saw at SeaWorld. Like, as far as per capita goes, like the amount of people inside of Busch Gardens is far less than there were in SeaWorld yesterday, but I'm still seeing the same amount of people without masks on. And I'm seeing entire families without masks. Like, not even holding on to them. Like, you'll see people take their masks off and just kind of have them in their hands. See entire families with no masks in sight. The bumper cars are not open right now, but it does say we are working to get this ride open as quickly as possible. I don't see any physical distancing markings on the ground or anything like that. So I don't know if this one's top priority for them. Seems very difficult to keep sanitary. I was gonna go back and see how Kumbo is doing, but they have these misters on. I don't really like that. So I'm not gonna go back there. One thing that I'm seeing all around Busch Gardens is that none of the theaters seem to be open. So this was Critters Inn was the name of the show. Critters in Charge, but there's no show times today. And I don't know if that's just because today's a weekday, because today is Friday, and maybe they'll have them on the weekends, and it might be a little bit busier, but there are no show times today. I'll be interested to see how they're running Sand Serpent. This is a wild mouse. with only 4 people per car. So I'm wondering how they're doing this with social distancing. Like if I showed up by myself, would they put me in the car with another family behind me? Oh, it looks like they're running some of them empty right now. Okay, so maybe they're doing the same thing, the hourly sanitation procedures. Yeah, that one's completely empty. Looks like I showed up at the exact wrong time. They are doing their hourly sanitation procedure, so I can't see how they're loading it. Well, let's go see how they're doing cheetah hunt. Maybe we'll ride cheetah hunt if the wait's not too long. I just want to point out, from here at Falcon's Fury, we can see Iron Gwazi right there coming up over the horizon. That's a big roller coaster. Falcon's Fury seems easy to maintain physical distancing on because there's just rows of 4 people. And so if you're a party of 4, you fill it up. If you're by yourself, you just get in that row by yourself. I wanted to give you guys another crowd level update here, just pointing forward. All right, before we get over to cheetah hunt, see if we can see how their trains are running here. You can actually see how many people were on that train. I was looking through the camera. Was that one empty? Looks like they're doing the hourly cleaning procedure there and running the trains empty at the moment. We'll head over there and see what the wait time's like. Wow. Cheetah hunt is a 65-minute wait. That is intense. But we will watch from right here to see how they're loading the trains and see how they're keeping people physically distant. After standing here for a little while, it makes sense as to why this is a 65-minute wait. They're not running trains nearly as often as they normally do. I mean, there hasn't been one for a good 2 or 3 minutes right now. All right, here goes a train. Let's see if we can see how they're loading. It looks like they're loading every other row. So every other row, and if it were me, I would be a single rider, so I would be the only one in that cart. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this too. The hand sanitizer at both SeaWorld and Busch Gardens is not a gel. It's just straight up a liquid that comes out. It's like alcohol. Those are just tubs or jugs of alcohol. Oh dang, Cobra's Curse is a 65-minute wait too. Ooh, that's pretty interesting because there's not very many people in the park, but still a 65-minute wait. Now let's see how they're doing Montu. Should be about the same as what we're seeing. I wonder if they're skipping rows on Montu. Yeah, that was interesting. It's like they did first row, then skip 2 rows, and then 4th row, skip a row, 6th row, skip a row, and then last row. Huh, I wonder what the wait time is now for Montu. Wow, yeah, 50 minutes. Holy cow. You can see the line comes all the way out here. So the best interactive element in the bathroom over by Montu, the very last mirror has a little symbol on the bottom of it. It looks like there's some reset time, but if you touch it, let's see. So yesterday I said that now is not a good time to come to the theme parks, and if this doesn't prove it to you, because there's nobody here and we're seeing 65, 55 hour-long waits for rides when nobody's in the park. So here's the thing though, 6 feet is some alligators, it's not these alligators. These alligators are much larger than 6 feet. Look at this absolute unit of an alligator, way bigger than 6 feet. Over here at Sultan Suites, I wanted to point out that they do have signs saying enter only, so you go in one way and you exit out another way. And then you can see this is the exit only for that same location, which also serves Starbucks. I'm gonna pop through this. This is an outdoor gift shop, so I feel pretty good about it. But something that I missed at SeaWorld yesterday was they had special merchandise welcoming people back to the park after their closure. So I'm gonna see if it's out here. If not, we'll go inside the Emporium real quick and just see. They just have some 2020 merchandise out here. They don't have any of the welcome back stuff. But over here in the Emporium, right across the way, they do. Welcome back to the Pride. I like that. And then social distance expert with a tiger on it. We're all in this together, 6 feet apart. Pretty fun. I like these. How much are they? Let's see if I can see us. $25 for this one. Let me see about this social distance expert one. $25 as well. Oh, welcome back. It's been Gorilla long time for $25. I like that one. That one's fun. Also $25 for the welcome back to the Pride one. These are fun. But I do like these too. Easy, tiger. And then living the high life with a giraffe. They do have some Iron Gwazi refillable cups. These almost look like the Yeti cooler cups.
They have 2 different colors.
And then we've got some shot glasses and some coffee cups. I'm not gonna pick these up and flip them over, so I don't know how much they are. Oh, do you guys hear the announcement coming over?
Wear face coverings at all times. Wash and sanitize your hands frequently, and keep 6 feet between your party and others. Thank you, and enjoy your day at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay.
Okay. And then in Spanish. Wanted to show you guys this for $23. This neon shirt with all of the different roller coasters and Falcon's Fury. And then Iron Gwazi at the bottom. This is a pretty neat shirt. Very like retro, early 90s looking. Over at SeaWorld, they had a QR code that you could scan to download the map. But here at Busch Gardens, they say, take a photo of it because they are not handing out paper maps anymore. And then they also say that some of their attractions are temporarily closed. I've been taking photos of the signs as I leave theme parks because I think they're interesting. Thank you for visiting and following our safety measures to help keep everyone safe and healthy. Busch Gardens. Mostly because it definitely is a sign of the times of what's going on in the world today. I need to look and see if they have the same masks that SeaWorld has. Let me go see if I can find some masks. They're mostly the same. We've got the sloth one. This one's got tigers on it, which is fun. And then the flamingo one that we saw yesterday. They do also have youth sizes here. Another thing that they have here is they have little bags with gloves in it. Oh, they have mask savers. Interesting, for 99 cents. I'm gonna get one of those and show you guys what they are. And they have little bottles of hand sanitizer. So here it is. This is what I got. There's bees. After I put the hand sanitizer on, the bees are following me around now. So here's what I got. I got the mask saver, or the ear saver. I wonder what he wants. Is it my deodorant? So let me try to show you guys what this does. So you hook it onto your mask like that, and then that goes behind your head rather than the loops going around the back of your ears. Make it a little bit less painful on your ears. So hopefully it like saves your ears from hurting. We'll definitely give that a try on a roller coaster someday too. So I put it on, I don't know if I'm wearing it right, maybe I'm wearing it upside down, because it is still kind of pulling my ears down a little bit, but you can kind of see it behind my head here, holding the mask off the back of my ears. So it's not pulling my ears forward now, it is still kind of pulling them down a little bit. With those paper masks, I'm sure this thing works awesome. Like, I don't know, maybe I need to flip it over, but it is kind of like shaped to my head right now. I don't know. We'll keep trying and keep experimenting with it. Oh, did I mention that that little ear saver thing was 88 cents or 86 cents after my annual pass holder discount? That's not bad. So there you have it. That was our trip out to Busch Gardens. See how their procedures are going. See what it was like here in the COVID-19 world. It was okay. There weren't very many people in the park, but all the lines were very long, except for SheiKra for some reason. SheiKra was a pretty short wait, and we got to ride it. Our mask did great. Got to see some of the merchandise that they have out. But yeah, all in all, it was a pretty good day. It was nice to just walk around the park, even though we only got to ride one thing. We'll keep coming back to different theme parks and stuff like that, and see how the world progresses, and see how the different procedures progress. Hopefully people start wearing masks more. Hopefully they start to enforce that a little bit more. But as for right now, it seems like people are kind of ignoring it at both SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. However, they were not ignoring it at Universal. So, I don't know. All in all, it was a good day though. So with that being said, we are off. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. And now it's time to help. So today's organization is the One Pulse Foundation, because today is the anniversary of the Pulse tragedy. And I wanted to just read from their website. The fund is intended to support a memorial that opens hearts, a museum that opens minds, educational programs that open eyes, and endowment scholarships to open doors. So please check out the link down below. Talk about it with your friends and family. Donate if you can. But if not, just talking about it definitely helps. So thank you guys for watching.